Eastern Iowa is generally a quiet place to raise a family. In the bedroom community of Marion, violent crime is incredibly rare. That peace was deeply felt by 20-year-old Melody Hoffman, a fun-loving, outgoing young woman who was known for her happy dances and her love for kids and animals. She had a mild intellectual disability, which just meant she sometimes needed a little extra guidance, and she shared an exceptionally close bond with her mother. On the night of February 17, 2024, Melody went out for the evening, but as midnight approached, the location tracking app her mother used to make sure she was safe was inexplicably turned off. Shortly after, her mother started receiving oddly worded Snapchat messages from Melody's account, phrases and grammar that didn't sound like her daughter at all. The real panic set in at 3:13 a.m. Her mother received an automated SOS crash detection alert from Apple, a feature that signals a severe impact to the phone. Following the GPS coordinates to a dark road, she didn't find a wreck. Instead, she found Melody's shattered iPhone lying face down on the asphalt. A few hours later, a horrifying 911 call came in. A woman was found dead near a local picnic area called Lily Pond. She had been brutally beaten, slashed, and strangled. A class ring on her finger identified her as Melody Hoffman. Investigators immediately turned their attention to her recent ex-boyfriend. But having a prime suspect is only the first step. To completely break a suspect's alibi and secure a conviction, detectives need irrefutable digital proof. Police quickly brought in two main suspects for questioning: Melody's ex-boyfriend, McKinley Louisma, and his friend, Dakota Van Patten. What followed was an intense psychological chess match. Inside the interrogation room, the suspects spun a web of shifting, self-serving lies. Outside the room, investigators were quietly building an objective mountain of digital forensics, location data, and biometric records. Detectives realized they didn't need to force a confession right away. They just had to let the men talk and let the data prove them wrong. McKinley's first story to detectives was simple. He claimed he had been making excuses to avoid seeing Melody that weekend and was never with her at all on the night she died. Investigators quickly checked the digital location data. By matching cell tower records, they mapped the exact movements of all three individuals. The data showed the cell phones of Melody, McKinley, and Dakota pinging together at the exact same location late that night. Security camera footage provided the physical proof. Video from a local Walmart captured McKinley and Dakota walking the aisles, smiling, as they purchased 2 machetes, duct tape, and heavy-duty gloves, just hours before the murder. Time-stamped security video and basic location plotting instantly destroyed McKinley's claim of innocence. Caught in his own timeline, he had to change his story. Meanwhile, Dakota Van Patten took a different approach in his interrogation. He aggressively denied ever meeting Melody and insisted he didn't even know who she was. That claim fell apart when police executed a physical search warrant at Dakota's residence. In the bedroom where he was staying, they found a pair of eyeglasses belonging to Melody. The digital payload on his phone was even more damning. A forensic data extraction revealed that after the murder, Dakota had taken over 200 Snapchat selfies wearing the victim's glasses. This bizarre intersection of physical theft and digital narcissism inextricably linked Dakota to the very woman he swore he had never met. Back in the other room, McKinley offered a complex new narrative. He admitted to being there, but claimed Dakota held him hostage at gunpoint, forcing him to bind Melody and participate in the kidnapping against his will. This story crumbled immediately. Investigators located the weapon in question, and it was merely a BB gun. Photos on McKinley's phone showed he was well aware the weapon was fake. The physical actions of that night were laid bare by forensics. On the heavy-duty gloves purchased at Walmart, lab technicians found Melody's blood on the outside and Dakota's DNA swabbed inside. The murder weapons were covered from McKinley's trunk told a joint story. The paracord and duct tape contained both men's DNA, proving they worked together. The ultimate witness to the timeline was Melody's Apple smartwatch. The device recorded a 120 decibel loud noise alert, occurring at the exact same moment her heart rate spiked drastically, pinpointing the precise second the violent attack began. The final piece of evidence was buried inside a temporary data folder on McKinley's iPhone. Investigators recovered a deleted photo he had taken of Melody, bound with duct tape, proving he was an active and willing participant. Biological swabs, device logs, and biometric smartwatch data systematically dismantled every single layer of McKinley's false hostage narrative. Faced with an insurmountable web of intersecting data, a jury convicted both men of first-degree murder and kidnapping. They each received sentences of life in prison without the possibility of parole. When suspects choose to lie or hide physical evidence, the devices we carry to navigate our daily lives create a digital record that doesn't rely on honesty. In this case, those devices acted as the silent witnesses Melody needed to tell her story.